And he had charge of 40,000 prisoners, German, whatever. And he needed a doctor in the camp. The doctors were sent to a different camp in Paris, and he needed a doctor. So he got an order to go into Paris and get a doctor, to get one doctor. So he drove in, and he had his driver drive him into Paris in his Jeep, and they went to this camp where the doctors were. And he interviewed a number of them. He interviewed this one from Vienna, and signed him out and was to take him to his camp. And just then another doctor came in, and this doctor was just so desperate. He said, take me. Take me. He said, I'll kill myself if I have to stay here any longer. And I said, I only have orders for one. Oh, he said, please take me. I have a brother in America who had heard from me in 3 years. And he said, I want to be in your camp. I need to be. And so Lawrence said, to talk to him, where is your brother? And he said, he's in Fremont, Nebraska.
Oh my goodness.
Now that is where I was during the war.
Hmm.
And I was taking courses at the college. And I had one course that I took from a Lutheran minister. There was a seminary there. And I was taking religion, New Testament, from him. And Lawrence said, what's your brother's name? And he said, it's Dr. Richard Surratt. So he wrote me, and he said, do you know Dr. Richard Surratt? He's head of the Lutheran Seminary in Fremont. Well, he was my New Testament teacher.
Wow.
So immediately I got the letter. I called Dr. Surratt, and I got Margaret, his wife, who was a good friend of mine, and I said, I've just had news from my husband that your brother, and he took him to the camp. The doctor had said to him, I'll kill myself if you don't take me. So Dr. Robert Surratt, well, Lawrence said here, he said, the war will be over soon and nobody's going to check up on how many doctors we have anyway. So he said, get in the Jeep and come along. So he took him to the camp.
Wow.
And
Isn't
I
that...
called his brother. And I said, my husband has just taken your brother Robert. Oh, he said, do you know where Robert is? He said, I haven't heard from him in 3 years. I don't know whether he's dead or alive. And he's in the German army, because he was living in Austria.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, my husband has just taken him into his prison camp to take care of prisoners. And he got so excited he broke into German, which I didn't understand, and he was so grateful. He said he'd been praying, and that was an answer to prayer, that his brother would be found and he would be all right. So many years later, then after the war, Dr. Robert Surratt went back to Vienna and again became a doctor. And Dr. Richard Surratt went up somewhere else to be head of another Lutheran seminary. And in the meantime, Lawrence died. And a few years ago, I had a call. And Dr. Richard Surratt and Dr. Robert Surratt were both in Fremont, Nebraska, and they had gone to North Bend because the Presbyterian minister there had been in seminary with Richard in New York, and they were good friends. And Robert Surratt had said the one person he wanted to see in the United States was Colonel Russell.
Oh.
And my sister lived there in North Bend, so they called on her. And she told Robert that my husband, Lawrence, was dead. And he said, will you tell his wife that he was the man who gave me back my life?
Oh. That's a lovely story. What coincidences you